Okay, we're still trying to connect to the team in Kigali. It's not just the men that got us talking today as regards football. Nigeria's on the 17 women's team, the Flamingos. I was telling the guys in the morning that the team should just go for a teamwork against Namibia and then get a job done. It ended Nigeria 5, Namibia 0 in Windhoek.
Under 17, under 20.
It's us.
It's Nigeria.
Yeah.
I watched these girls in the World Cup in Azerbaijan. They were good. And I said to myself, this is the team that should make the Super Falcons. But that transition has been difficult. And that is the big problem of women football.
Wow.
We still have the old names in the Super Falcons.
Even
Yeah, they are still
It's the
consistent.
question of Rashida Akjibade, what she's still doing this team.
So the graduation has not been smooth. In short, there is something wrong, and I think it has to do with coaching. I've spent time thinking about it, and I think it has to do with coaching. Of course, the problem of women football in Nigeria is well known. The league is nothing to write home compared to the glorious days of when we had a good league and a good Challenge Cup. And then the support level. And women football is the easiest to sell in terms of when you're looking at the business of the game. Because when women start playing the game, the men are not only attracted, the women are attracted. And when women are attracted, they want their girls to be part of the game. And that is the future. That's why FIFA says the future of the game is feminine. So when women get involved with football, they carry the family to the game. And when the family is involved in the game,
everyone is involved.
Everyone is involved.
Everyone is involved. That's it. That's a very important part we need to look into in women's football in Nigeria, the transition. Moving players from the under 17 to under 20. Because when the under 20 World Cup comes, they're almost the same ladies.
They've reached the final of the World Cup. We're talking about women football. So what stops us? We didn't qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a sad day for me.
Oh my God.
Because I watched the team that reached even the quarterfinals of the Olympics, the great Falcons, and now we are scratching. We are struggling for balance. We are gambling.
We can't beat Cameroon now. We struggle against Ghana.
And then you won't blame the incentive level is low. Some of these girls are they carry their families, they struggle. So you need to support women football. And I think that's the big challenge for any NFF president. How you can get the Super Falcons back to not Africa. We've gone past Africa.
That's right.
I want to see the Super Falcons making their mark. When we did this sports master plan of 2020, we're saying that by 2016 we should be having the Super Falcons playing, coming close to winning the World Cup. We were talking about even gold medals in different sports. We are in 2016. 2020 is 4 years. That will be the Olympics in Tokyo. Can you be sure of any gold medal? The president yesterday was in his most buoyant and effervescent mood. A man made a promise 30 years ago, come to fulfill it. My pain was that those who really initiated the victory were not around to savour it. The likes of Air Commodore Emeka Omeruwa, who after the victory in China declared, he said these players are government property. And then you have the likes of Air Commodore Anthony Kazobo, the man who changed the team. That team went for a test. They talk about age test. That team went for a test. The team that went for an age test, then they were using the teeth technology, and most of those boys from Usborne failed. So it was a new team that went to China. Many people don't know that. They don't know the story.
That's right.
It was a new team that went to China, and that was a team of Sebastian Bogdris and Christian Chukwu and Bala Shamaki. I'm giving you the assistants. They were not remembered. I think somebody needs to do. If they want to give some of this, the president said it was a token. So I leave the criticism away because it's a token.
We'll come and talk. We'll talk about that one. I want to be part of the show now. I want to talk about leadership of football in Nigeria. What do you think about the leadership of football in Nigeria? How do you think it can get visionary to bring about a change? Particularly what Mitchel just said about women's football. How can we turn things around? Mitchel, let's talk about this. I don't know what I should say, looming crisis, we're just asking, is there another leadership worry with Chris Giwas coming back, the minister having meetings, calling Amaju Pinnick and Giwana? I thought we've gone way beyond that.
No, it's if you want to dance in the marketplace, be sure the market has closed.
So we don't get to see you.
You don't get to see. I think there is really no issue to that. I'm surprised you guys have been celebrating. A new minister came, very innocent, a lawyer. He had serious petitions, some coming from even his friends. And he said, okay, let me look at this one that even has a judicial stamp. Somebody say he went to court and got a verdict that he's supposed to be the president of Nigerian football. Let me look at it. And say, okay, let's call. It's like in South Africa, Mandela came and said, let's have a reconciliation committee. I think it's all in the spirit of reconciliation so that we can have unity of purpose, unity of action. I think that if that's the thinking of the minister, because really there's nothing to change. There's no doubt that there was a Congress in Warri.
That's right.
And that Amaju Pinnick emerged the president of Nigeria.
By the country.
He has been managing the game.
Right.
He's been recognized, stamped. So indeed, if you want to be serious, you can say what the minister is doing. It's just that some of us now don't want to really get into it, all of it. If you can say that this is clear interference, because the minister has no business asking questions about the leadership of Nigerian football. It is not his business.
But Mitchel,
it is clear interference, but we don't want to go to that because, of course, you know that Nigerian football now is heavily anchored on a big weight for how their budget can be.
So you need to be sure that you are fine with the minister.
You need to be sure that you are fine with government. So you can understand where government is coming into it. But in the real football spirit and the football statutory code, the minister has no business calling anybody to ask questions about leadership of football. It is the football community, the football stakeholders. If they are not satisfied with Amaju Pinnick, they can go through the executive committee and impeach him and tell him to go. They can call a Congress and tell him we have your election, we are not happy with it, you have not fulfilled it. But it's not for any outsider. You call a meeting and ask questions. It's just, I've said it's a spirit of reconciliation.
That's right.
And Giwa himself is a strong football stakeholder.
Yeah.
This is a man who has invested his good money into football. It's not easy.
I know.
In Nigerian football, where there's no profit, not to even talk about the benefit level.
But why is there no profit?
Because we are beginning to look at the game seriously. Our football has been in the nappies over time. What we are doing now is what we'll have done 40 years ago. In 1990, when some of us came up with the decree that gave professional football its teeth, and we said, look, go out there and enjoy the game professionally. Some people came and corrupted it. From Decree 10 and Decree 11, they changed it to Decree 101. Which is still a document in place. We have not removed it. That's why I say to all those members in the National Assembly who pretend that they are interested in sports, they have to come up with a law that is domesticated. The FIFA law, which guides Nigerian football, the NFL statute must be domesticated as a Nigerian law. Until that is done, people will still be going to court and taking decisions of the court into our football. So we must domesticate the NFL statute as part of our law. What you have there is the decree, National Assembly Act of Parliament 101, or what do you call it? And it has to be amended, or we come with a new NFS statute, which they've been pretending to do for quite a long while. I remember Midiron telling us that in 3 months' time they will come up with an NFS statute. What we are in 2016. I remember even the chairman of the Senate saying, oh, they've gone through the first draft and second reading. Nothing has come out of it. We have a new Senate now, a new National Assembly.
Maybe it will come up again.
That is the thing they need to do. They need to do that. And when you do that, the minister will have no need for a meeting.
Like as this.
It's the same thing we talk about the league. If you want our league to be profitable, the FIFA CAF licensing system, once you adopt even the minimum requirement of that system, which has been adopted by the Nigerian Football Federation Congress, once you take the minimum of it, salaries will not be owed. Because for you to be a club recognized by CAF, FIFA, you can involve in you can participate in those competitions.
Is there nothing for us in this chan? I said it that the Tunisia match will rate them, and so far I'm not cool. I think it's been too harsh. It wasn't a bad game.
Yes, of course you should expect that. After giving so much in the opening match, they needed to take it easy second match. They had it in their bag, but then the goal really destabilized them. But I think they can finish well. Don't forget we have a bronze medal in this competition, and this is our second time we are participating. As I said, for me, winning is not the issue, because winning doesn't even give you money. I don't know what.
But it's a shock window for the
it's
players.
a shop. It's the biggest stage for these players.
That's right.
And you see, the changing times of Nigerian football is that now you don't need to go to Malta or England for you to make the national team. You can be here in Nigeria and you wear the green, white, green, and wear it well.
And Keshi carried 6 of them to South Africa.
The guy who scored the golden goal that gave us the Nations Cup. Sondemba was based there. Indeed, that was the defining moment for Nigerian.
We could have even branded our football.
So that was the defining moment.
Yeah.
And now you have a professional league management company handling the league. So all you need to do, they keep their neutrality, keep their independence, manage the league professionally. The club owners, yes, they are the owners of the league. They sit down, they look, what money have you made? Is there profit for us? How do we put it back to our clubs? Right. Not to be anchoring to say they want to be chairman or no. Indeed, you can make the nominal chairman. If you win the league, you become the nominal chairman. You can just use that as an incentive. But let the league be professionally run. That's right.
That's right. These are valuable words we're saying tonight on the program. I want you to be part of the show. We want to also get you talking. And what do you think we can do to make football admirable? Not just football, sports in Nigeria. What can we do to make it admirable? You think Mitchel knows only about football in Nigeria or Africa? Wait, when we come back, we'll be talking about UEFA and FIFA. Don't go anywhere. Stay.